Hello everyone! Before I get started with this video, I want to put a disclaimer. This video will have mentions of transphobia, suicide, self-harm, and pedophilia. If any of these topics upset you, please go watch one of my other lighthearted videos. And as a not-so-serious disclaimer, in this video I will have Minecraft up in the background considering what happened to my last video when I uploaded it. With that being said, let's get into RAINBOWCURLIE's story. RAINBOWCURLIE is a niche singer, songwriter, and producer who had their first release back in November of 2023 called Animal Graveyard. They continued a steady stream of releases since that single, and songs like Dearly Departed, Ghost, The Hermit, and many more, including their first ever feature on Fever Dream, were released throughout 2024. To further instate their passion for their art, they have 2 fully self-funded music videos up on their YouTube page. Just a few days after the release of Fever Dream, they went on the Salt Lake Dirt podcast where they opened up about their childhood. I will be putting a link to the podcast in the description if you want to listen to it on your own. It's almost an hour long, so I will just be summing up what they said. They spoke about how their biggest inspirations were Melanie Martinez and Fiona Apple. Other things they expressed were their love for visual art and the earthly aesthetic of Melanie's Portals album. Heading on to a darker conversation, they also brought up how when they were between the ages of 1 to 5, their family moved around a lot. When they were around 5 years old, they finally settled down in Salt Lake, Utah. From there, they mentioned how they never had long-term friends in school due to them not fitting in, as well as them having autism and ADHD. They also briefly touch on that if they did not have music as a creative outlet, they would have more than likely taken their own life. Don't get me wrong, this is incredibly sad that anyone had to go through this, but it does not even come close to excusing the actions they have committed. Little side tangent, but I keep noticing a pattern of people trying to excuse a problematic person's behavior just because they have mental health issues. Newsflash, people with mental health issues are just like people without mental health issues, and they are not excused from their shitty actions. Moving on. Everything seems so perfect in Rain's little world. A great amount of attention on YouTube and TikTok, tons of purchases of their annual EP CD. They were even playing at some small venues. So what went wrong and why did it all come crashing down? Well, sometime in the middle of 2025, someone under the user of Gray Scone or Cameron came out with a Google document and several tweets exposing Rain for being a pedophile. Cameron was friends with Rain and a few other people in a group chat on Twitter called the Contortionists. Before I get into any type of detail, I just want to thank Bonnie Must Die on YouTube for providing all the screenshots in this video. They were the reason I found all of this out in the first place, and the reason I'm making this video now, since a lot of people still don't know what happened, and I think it's time for a refresher. So please go check out their YouTube channel. I will be linking them in the description as well. So go check them out. Big thanks to Bonnie Must Die. While on the topic of Bonnie Must Die's video, somebody in the comments claimed that they knew Rain and that these allegations were very easy to believe if you knew them personally. So I will be reading that off now. I'm one of the very few people to actually know Rain in real life. These allegations are very easy to believe based on knowing them. They were a very poor friend and often used guilt tripping and manipulation to get us to feel bad for them, while at the same time would be very rude and condescending and would talk shit on us to other people. I met Rain in 2023 and attended the Trilogy tour with them. We are no longer and never will be in contact. As I was saying about this group chat, Cameron met a friend named Indigo, which is a code name for Rain's victim as they are still a minor. They claimed they knew nothing about Rain's dating life, which I'd imagine not many people knew about considering the circumstances, but when they found out, they were deeply disgusted. Cameron had also found out that Rain had written songs about this 15-year-old while they were 20. The songs that Rain had written about them, which was confirmed by them themselves, are Perennial, You're Mine, I'm Yours, and The Light. This was confirmed by Rain in a DM discussion with one of Rain's fan pages. People in this group chat claimed that Rain was giving Indigo pet names in every sentence and were getting very inappropriate with each other. Unfortunately, I was unable to get proof of these pet names, but I'm sure by the end of this video, you'll be convinced they did it. There was apparently a video call that proved them dating, but it was deleted out of the wishes of Rain's co-artist Izzy, who was responsible for helping write some of Rain's songs and producing them. After that call, Rain made claims that Izzy was very rude to them and told Indigo, to which it was brought up in Indigo's DMs with Izzy, which, speaking of Izzy, that's where the transphobia kicks in. Rain was using their personal account to spread Izzy's dead name around. And if you do not know, spreading someone's dead name around is incredibly disrespectful and transphobic. To wrap up this section of Rain's actions, there's an unreleased song that was written about this same 15-year-old who Rain would frequently call their girlfriend despite being their victim. The song's lyrics are truthfully disgusting given the context, so I will be reading Gilded Bruise for you. But while you are listening to me read it, please keep in mind that this was written about a 15-year-old by an adult. I wish I was a virgin so I could give myself to you, so you could take me for the first time like I know you'd love to. You know I hate acting like a victim and being all abused, but sometimes my paranoia tells me I'm not good enough for you. Am I good enough for you? Am I good enough for you? If I had a cleaner body, maybe it'd be easier to feel, and I wouldn't have to think so hard about my sex appeal. But I'm sorry that I'm broken, that I'm rotted to my core. What if love can't grow inside a heart that's gone to spore? Am I good enough for you, or am I all fucked up and used? Am I good enough for you, or am I all fucked up and used? Every inch of my skin, every inch I would give, every inch of my skin, I would give it to you. Every inch of my skin, every inch I would give, every inch of my skin I would give to you. My vessel's filled with poison and my heart is a black and blue. 'Cause after everything he did, I was worried you'd leave me too. That poison's filled with secrets and I'm the damaged goods. Now nothing can conceal the ache behind a gilded bruise. Am I good enough for you, or am I all fucked up and used? Am I good enough for you, or am I all fucked up and used? I felt so uncomfortable reading that, bro. Oh my god. And I had to do multiple takes too because I kept messing up. That's disgusting. Mind you, this song was written about a 15-year-old, bro. This is gross. Anyways, back on topic, Luna Estelle was the one who leaked these song lyrics and fortunately did not work on the song yet. Luna was Rain's first ever feature on Fever Dream and produced a few other songs for Rain. This goes without saying, but Luna no longer is on good terms with Rain and obviously leaked these song lyrics when they found out that their girlfriend was a 15-year-old and put two and two together and realized that this song was more than likely about that 15-year-old. This goes without saying, this makes me extremely uncomfortable and is overall disgusting the lengths Rain's emotions towards this child were. Let's move on to their other terrible behavior. Rain had never spoken about any of this publicly. They kept their relationship with Indigo and the fallouts with all of their ex-friends private. However, we have the closest thing to a response that we can get, as RAINBOWCURLIE, as of currently, has disappeared off the face of the earth. Well, not exactly. Rain had briefly tried to come back to Instagram, to which Cameron decided to repost their document. Okay, so one crucial part of detail that I forgot to look up is that if Rainbow actually deactivated their Instagram, it turns out their Instagram account was never re-deactivated like I was going to say in this video. Their new Instagram, or whatever it is, I don't know if they moved or what, but it is up on screen now. Do not show them love and support. If you are following them, unfollow them. This is a disgusting person. What I find even more concerning is that a reply from 3 weeks ago, meaning 2026, they said that they were going to come back soon. Please remind this person of what they did to a 15-year-old and what some of their music is about. And while I was researching for this video, I checked their Depop to get proof of the CD and blah, blah, blah. And it actually said that they were active 1 week ago. From what little public response that we did get from them, we did have a quote-unquote private conversation with them and a fan page. And this is all they said about the situation. But I will now read you guys the text conversation that they had with this fan page. I plan on taking legal action soon. This is the song that we read earlier. This song isn't about or for my girlfriend in any capacity. The only songs written about her are The Light, You're Mine, I'm Yours, and Perennial. And to clarify, nobody's getting sued. Luna Estelle has confirmed that the song is in fact about your girlfriend with, I quote, I did not know these lyrics were about a minor at the time, but even if that was written about her, the fact that those three are about her is bad enough, only because it's about a minor. That's the problem. If nobody is sued, then what legal action is taken? With all these posts on TikTok and the Twitter thread I've seen about this, I feel like taking legal action could further damage things. Mainly your career, your public image, especially because there isn't any public evidence supporting your case that your girlfriend isn't in fact a minor. I never said to anyone this was about my girlfriend. That is a damaging assumption she made, and I'd be happy to clarify what the song was actually written about if that would better the understanding. I feel like Luna would have had this assumption because of the allegations going around about your partner being a minor. I'm not going to speak for her or anybody else, but there's not much else to assume because you keep your love life out of the media. Only those who know you personally know about her, unless they don't know, which I wouldn't be surprised after seeing everything that's been said online as of last night. And that was it. Rain decided to just disappear from that conversation and never spoke about this ever again. They made no effort to defend themselves. They made no effort to try to prove anything other than that their music wasn't about their underage girlfriend. Which, considering that from beforehand they plan on coming back, I feel like this was all an elaborate scheme so that people would just forget about this so that they could come back and have a bunch of little kids start adoring their every move once again. I feel like their response for this speaks for them as a person, and I would say their actions speak for them as a person too. They are a pedophile, they are a manipulator, and I'd go as far as say an attention seeker. And you will hear a lot more about the manipulation and the attention seeking later on in this video. Now, considering that this next piece was by a fan, I am not going to be reading it all, and we'll just put it up for you guys to pause and read if you'd like. It has no relevance to Rain as a person or what they have done. But, I need to make an example out of some people because, people get too comfortable on the internet to be saying weird ass shit like this. To put a long story short, they blame Indigo, saying that they knew what they were doing and how a 15-year-old is not innocent. I don't know if they are not familiar with grooming or the fact that if somebody who is older than you is telling you something is okay, most young people, especially teenagers with a not fully developed brain, will just believe it and go along with it. No victim is perfect, and Indigo is a prime example of grooming. So instead of victim blaming, how about we blame the perpetrator, the adult who should know better, the adult who can live by themselves, the adult who is their own producer, the adult who makes their own music, the adult who should have been this child's protector instead of grooming them into thinking a romantic relationship between the two of them would have been okay in any type of capacity. So no, Indigo is not wrong for not going to the police or distancing themselves. Rain should be the person who takes full accountability for this entire situation, because you cannot physically blame a victim for being a victim. This video is getting longer than I wanted it to be, considering this is not lengthy stuff and it is mostly just my opinions and trying to help people understand what Rain did better. So let's move on to the final section before we summarize and get everything together. According to Cameron, Rain had a habit of manipulation, guilt tripping, and stalking. All of these are supported by various text conversations, which I will be putting up on screen and reading to you guys, and then just talking about afterwards because there are a lot of them. Just a little piece of knowledge before I read these next few. Cassie is a mutual friend between Rain and Indigo, and they are not on good terms with Rain. Hey Indigo, I was messaging to see if you were alright. I saw you block Cassie for some odd reason. I don't want to get in between you and Rain if there's anything going on, but I'm confused as if I don't think Cassie has done anything wrong at all. She hasn't done anything. I still love her very much, and it made Rain more comfortable for me to block Cass. I miss Cass, man. Is she mad at me? Does she hate me now? She doesn't hate you, she just needs time. You gotta give her time and she'll come to you on her own time, lol. I miss her. I didn't want to block her, but Rain wanted me to, and I felt so shitty for not wanting to, so I blocked her. I don't want a relationship or anything with Cass. I just want her friendship. I know, but I feel like Rain is trying to take that away from you guys. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason Rain wanted me to block her, and it's reasonable. What was the reason exactly, though? Because they were uncomfortable? But I don't know if any of us want to say that low-key. Right. It's because of the calls. Honestly, in my opinion, I think you should unblock on your own authority and take it out rather than calling her and stuff. Rain would notice and get sad or something. I want to prevent that. These next few are by Izzy instead of Indigo. How they always made me feel like I had to talk to them and how fucked up they got me since I stayed up all night around late 2023 sometimes because I was talking them out of killing themselves. Or when I was in school, they'd say they relapsed or they had attempted one time and told me. I always had to text them back super quickly because I was worried they'd do something to themselves. I saw my grades slowly falling and my relationship with my family became really bad because of how stressed I was. These next few are directly from Rain to Izzy. I just cut myself. Fuck. You really did? Yeah, please don't be mad. I'm sorry. I just needed a way to let out my feelings and it just happened and I don't know. And that message up there is just them trying to compliment Fish or whatever. I'm not buying it. This is just ridiculous. Not to accuse Rain or anything, but people who have that texting style are more than likely faking it and just seeking attention. But that's just my personal opinion and theory, my bad. It's clear that Rain was not a good friend to those around her. Using suicide and self-harm as a way to get attention is honestly just disgusting. It is genuinely awful that somebody who would preach love and acceptance would turn out to be this gross and lackluster of a person. I personally feel betrayed and I feel so embarrassed that I was even supporting this person in the first place, considering they are a literal pedophile. Once again, this video is getting longer than my liking, so let's wrap everything up in our last and final section before I end the video. I would like to say that this is just most of their actions. I did leave some things out of time constraint and the fact that it was not as serious as some of the other stuff they have done. But Rain had dated a 15-year-old, written songs about this 15-year-old. Even worse, they wrote sexually explicit songs about this 15-year-old. They knew what they were doing was wrong, and that's exactly why they hid Indigo from the public. They didn't want anybody to know that they were a pedophile. They manipulated those around them to feel bad for them, and then went behind their backs to talk shit about them. They spread somebody's dead name around, which is incredibly disrespectful. They made both Indigo and Izzy stress for Rain's life, making Izzy's grades deplete, and God knows what happened to Indigo. And since they were on bad terms with this Cassie person, they used Indigo's account to stalk their stories, and then lied about it when confronted. Worst of all, they made the strategic move to not talk about it publicly anywhere so that they can wait a couple months and then come back and nobody will know what happened because they are just such a small artist. And that's everything that they have done, to the public's knowledge at least. Big thanks to Bonnie Must Die on YouTube. They have more screenshots than I do here. Like I said, I just included Rain's worst actions, so I'd go check out their video if you want to know even more, but this is a large portion. I would say this is 90% of it. The 10% is not that important, and this is just why you shouldn't support them. But yeah, if you want to go watch the podcast Rain was on, it's in the description. So is Bonnie Must Die's YouTube channel, and my TikTok account will also be down there. And while I'm at it, I will be putting Cameron's Google document for you to read for yourself. All the screenshots are also there. If you still want to listen to their music, which I don't blame you for, please screen record it and listen to it through the screen recording as to not support them any further. Thank you all so much for watching. I apologize if this video was a little hard to understand. This is my first time doing anything like this. I just thought it was incredibly important to make this video considering Rainbow Curly is coming back soon. So please, I encourage you that if they do come back, don't be scared to remind them what they did on their page. However, for everybody else who is involved, I do ask you to not harass them as they have done absolutely nothing wrong. All your hate and anger should be directed to Rain. But thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye, everyone!